morning, happy Tuesday. Fresh out of the shower, body muscles are nice and warm. Best time to do yoga is when your body's warmed up. All right, welcome to day 3 of phase 2, 7-day yoga challenge with Anjolie. Shall we get started? Here we go. Let's get on our mat. Feet hip width apart. We're going to start with our standing sun salutations. We'll breathe it in, going up to touch the sky. And we'll exhale, coming down to kiss the earth. Exhaling that up one vertebrae at a time. And let's breathe it in, back up to the sky. Exhaling down. One more time. Breathe it in and exhale as we go down. We're going to hold this pose, fold our arms, and stand in forward bend for 30 seconds. And release. Do a couple of neck circles. Shake our body up, wake it up. All right, let's move our feet about 2.5 feet apart. We're going to breathe it in. We're going to do it 10 side stretches. Point your toe, your left toe out. And we're going to just exhale that down and reach down and touch the left foot. If you can't get that far down, prop yourself up on your thigh and let your body stretch that way. We'll hold this pose for 30 seconds. And release that up, exhaling as we come up. Come to center. Inhale up. Point the right toe outward. And exhale it down. And release that back up. Come back to center. And let's breathe it in and go down into forward bend. Exhale, down. And let's take our legs out as far as we can. It's comfortable. So we can get a good deep stretch. You can brace yourself, balance yourself with your hands if you need to. And if you feel pretty secure about this pose, you can either come back with your hands like this, you can rest your arms like so, or you can reach out and grab your ankles and pull into that stretch and intensify it a little bit. Let's hold this for 30 seconds. back up on your hands. And let's walk our feet in. And on the exhale, bring your body back up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Let's stand in mountain pose for a moment. Shoulders back, chin tucked in, knees soft. This is what it will look like from the side. You don't want to look like this. You just want to be your knees nice and soft where they've got a little give. So let's stand there for 30 seconds. A few deep breaths here would be good. And release. All right, are you ready to get into the downward dog? Let's come down on all fours and get into tabletop position. We're going to curl our toes under and lift off the mat and come straight up. You're going to get those sit bones pointed straight up. You can come back a little bit if you want to get a more intense stretch, or you can stay down here where it's a little bit easier. Release. Let's come back down to tabletop. Let's go into child pose. And release, and let's come back up to tabletop. Hi, Sophie. Now, we're going to come back up to downward dog, and then we're going to release down into cobra pose from there. So let's come back up into downward dog. Remember, if you cannot do the cobra pose, do the sphinx pose. Come down on your elbows and raise up into cobra pose from there. And let's take it down to cobra pose. if you're just starting to watch these videos, I would suggest going back to video 1, day 1, phase 1, and begin there so that you can learn all the different poses if you don't already know them. If you know them, then that's okay. Just chime in anywhere you like. All right, let's bring this back up. Tabletop to child pose. And release. Now we're going to move into fish pose. Let's come down on our back. Now if you're having back problems, I would suggest that you walk yourself down from your side and lay down in this manner to make it easy, and then roll over. Safety first, always. And if something doesn't feel good or feel right to you, you don't have to do it. You can sit it out and just sit in stand in mountain pose, or you can sit in half lotus position and breathe through that exercise. So we're going to do the fish pose. And I'm getting a foot bath by Sophie here. So normally I would say okay, well, she's going to move. Put your legs straight out. Hands beside your hips. You can tuck your hands under if that'll make it easier. Now we're going to come up. We're going to arch the back and use your elbows to prop you up and keep your head in the floor like so. And we'll hold this pose for 30 seconds. Remember to breathe. And release. Again, roll over to your side, gently. Lift up with your outer arm. Bring your other arm under and walk yourself up gently. And that eases the stress you'll put on your back from raising up from that position. All right, we're going to roll over on our stomach now. And actually, if you wanted to while you were down there, we could have just made the turn like so. And we'll roll over. Now remember, in the bow pose, if you aren't flexible enough yet, you can do one leg at a time. Put your right arm out underneath you. Use it to hold yourself up. You pull your foot to you. And if you can't reach your foot, you can also get a strap or a towel or something that you can wrap around your foot and tie off and pull that way as well. And it'll make it easier until you can get enough flexibility and mobility in your body to do this pose. And then you just simply pull, and if you can, raise yourself up off the mat from your chest. And if you can't raise your leg, that's okay. Just, if you're doing this right, you'll feel a stretch right here. And that's what you want to do right now. You want to feel that stretch here, and you also want to stretch your upper chest. That's what these exercises are for. We're opening up our chest and our front of our torso. So you can do this movement in place of the bow pose until you get flexible enough to do so. And then switch to the other side and hold that for 30 seconds as well. So here we go with the bow pose. And we're going to raise our chest up, pull back with our feet, And hold for 30 seconds. And breathe. And release. Let's come up to tabletop from here. And let's do the cat-cow pose. Let's get that back stretched out. We'll start out with the cat. Bring that back up. We'll exhale it into cow pose. Or inhale it, rather. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale into cat pose. And on the exhale, pull your stomach up. Want to tighten that stomach muscle. Inhale on the cow. Exhale to the cat. We'll do this 10 times. 1. 5 more to go. And 5. 4. 3. Bring that head up. And 2. Tighten that stomach on the exhale. Last one. Then let's drop down into child pose for our last pose. And we'll stretch here for 30 seconds. That would be a long workout. You guys are doing great, by the way. And release. Let's come up to half lotus position for a minute. Let's place our hands on our knees and let's sit with our back straight, chin tucked in, and let's just sit here for about 30 seconds and think about what we are grateful for. And when I say release, let's all just say thank you to the universe. And that universe is all of us combined, the elements, the animals, people, everything. The universe is everything, and we are all connected. So upon release of this pose, let's all just give a big thank you for all the things that we're grateful for and for each other. All right, let's close our eyes for the next 30 seconds and think of everything that we're grateful for right now, for this day, for this moment. And you can sit like this if you like, sit however you feel. And here we go. and release. Thank you. You are loved, you are safe, you are wise, you are blessed beyond your imagination. You are perfection, you are infinite consciousness, and you are the best version of you there ever could be. Love and peace.